Hello everybody, welcome to this week's Fast and Fun video, and it's not the normal Fast and Fun video because I'm on holiday on the island of Cyprus in the Mediterranean, family holiday, and I thought what a great opportunity. I've got asked many occasions over the last 6 months about how I got started, what my views are, how hard is it, all sorts of questions around setting up a new motoring car YouTube channel. And I thought, you know what, let's do my 5 top tips, give you a bit of insight what it's like behind the camera. So 5 tips for setting up your own YouTube channel, 5 things that I think you need to be prepared for that I necessarily wasn't aware when I started off. So let's go straight in at the first one, and the first one is time, and having the time to do the content that you need to do and that you want to do. People ask, what do I do for a living? Well, I'm in a full-time job, so that's predominantly Monday to Fridays. So it's evenings and weekends is the time that I do YouTube, as well as all the other things that I have to do to fit in and around my life, like we all have, and because it's limited, the time that I have, you've got to enjoy doing it, and so that's really, really important. So making the time. How much time does depend on each video, but a typical car review, I set aside 4 hours for the review, but it starts way before then. So the first step is all around all the networking, all the calling, the messaging, the emails, the friends of friends, and all the discussions about coming up with and getting content into the channel. That I just do that as part of my everyday life through predominantly social media, but there's a lot that goes into that, and I don't just rock up to do a car without doing all the prep around that specific car as well. So once you've arranged a suitable date and location, there's all the prep around that particular car, so you go in at least with some clear facts to give content, accurate content to the viewers. So that all is what I'm doing, and I'm doing that all the time, sometimes many months, or certainly many weeks in advance. When it comes to filming itself, I normally say 4 hours for a standard car review, an hour on static shots and me talking around the car, an hour on drive-bys, so normally me driving and one of my sons, Archie, Aaron, doing all the filming as I drive by. Sometimes I do that with the owners drive by. And then the 3rd hour is in-car footage. And then a 4th hour is contingency, because quite often just things go wrong. The wrong shots, technical problem, whatever it may be, weather changes. There's all sorts of these things that we have to manage around when you're trying to film. So I always put basically 4 hours, half a day, normally at the weekend, to do the filming. And then you've got the editing, which I normally do in one evening in the week. Again, short, easy videos like this one, because there's nothing I'm cutting in. It'll be really easy to do. Will take me probably, this will probably be only half an hour. But a traditional car review where I've got quite a lot of footage to put in, it's probably an hour, maybe just over, to do editing. Nothing too complex, nothing too clever, because again, it's my time. So all in, there's quite a few hours I'm putting in to get a car review video out with good quality content. And what happens is I've just got this perpetual cycle, managing new content, managing what I'm doing next week and the week after that, and trying to do split videos and getting people in, and people cancelling and weather changing, and there's lots and lots of stuff that goes into it, the organisation. And it all takes time. And the first one for me is make sure in your life, we all lead busy lives now. If you want to become a YouTuber, it is quite time constraining. Make sure you've got enough time. I think the second point is do content that you want to do. I see too many people, YouTubers, making content that the viewers want. And I've not gone that way. And I've gone, because it's my time, and 99% of YouTubers are not going to make a full-time living out of it. I get some pocket money every month from YouTube for doing what I do, covers expenditure, etc. But that's it. The chances are I, along with many, many other small YouTube channels, will never make it big time. Will certainly never make it so you can get a good living wage out of YouTube. So it's really important that I enjoy the content and I do it for me, and hopefully others enjoy what I do. So really important. I see people, young YouTubers, wanting to grow the channels. They're doing it for everybody else. They seem to be stressed and worried, and don't be. If you're doing it for yourself, content for yourself, don't worry about schedule. Do it for yourself, because then you enjoy it. And if you don't enjoy filming, if you don't enjoy editing, I suggest YouTube's probably not for you. Accept and prepare for negative comments. And I suppose it's being a little bit thick-skinned, and stand by your views. So for the first dozen or so videos that I did, I got a few terrible comments, quite harsh comments as well, from keyboard warriors mostly. And you've got, and I try to bat them back and try to answer them, and now I just ignore them. But be prepared. There will be people there that will give you positive criticism, and that's really, really valuable. Can you bit less of this, bit more of that? But there will be people there out to hurt, inflict mental punishment on you as a guy or girl trying to do the right thing. So for me is be prepared for negative comments, but also I think from the viewers that start to follow you, ask for positive criticism as well, because that way you will improve your videoing and your editing skills. And that all takes time. You will not become a great channel in your first 10, 20, 30 videos. It all takes time. You become more confident in the camera, your editing skills become better, you start to know what works and what doesn't work, and your videos evolve and change, and that's absolutely great. But don't take to heart some of the negative comments you will get, because they will come. Just be prepared for them, and in most cases my advice is just let them go and they'll just move on to somebody else. And you've got to think as well on some of the cars that you at times may criticise. It's really, really important. It's your view, nobody else's. You as a YouTuber, you need to tell the truth, the honest truth. You cannot be kind to every single car that you review. Viewers want the truth. They want your view. It's not right or wrong. It's your specific view. So I think for me is 100% open honesty. And sometimes that can be a little bit difficult when somebody's loaned you a car for the day and you've got the car. It can be a little bit difficult. But prepare the owners. Have that conversation that says, look, there's no perfect car. Every car has things that annoy and not as good as other cars. If you get criticised, at least be prepared that you know, hand on heart, you've told the truth. And that for me is a really, really positive thing that you must do as a YouTuber. But number 4, it's prepare to change and evolve your channel and your content, but don't radically change. So in other words, if you've been doing about sports cars for 2 years and you've grown some followers, don't instantly start talking about caravans or camper vans or MPVs or 4x4s. I think you need to evolve, find out what works, what doesn't work, maybe take your followers, your close followers that watch most of your videos on that journey with you, and slowly evolve over time, and they can help you grow with that positive criticism coming back from them as well, which is always really, really good. but don't radically change what you do, because there's nothing worse than following a channel to find out suddenly the content becomes very, very different to what it was when you first started, because that has the risk of you losing followers. And at number 5, my final comment is YouTube run many, many algorithms to give you as a YouTube channel owner lots and lots, potentially too much statistics. You get it updated almost live all the time, and it is good, it is compelling, and it makes sort of good daily quick look at the stats, whether it's views or total hours or subs or money, monetization, or there's a whole sequence, pages and pages and pages of stats. And you will find over time your views go up and down and your subscribers go up and down, but generally you want a positive increase, growth in your channel. But if you decline for a few months, whether in whatever sphere, whether it's not enough subscribers or whether it's the views or the watch hours, whatever it may be, just relax, because, and this goes back to my first point, it's about having the time and doing it, and number 2, which is doing it for you, what you want to do. Because if you do, you're more chilled and relaxed by it. Because if I don't get the numbers, if the numbers aren't positive for me, I'm not that worried, because I've got some benefits that are more than just the number of views and how much money I earn on a monthly basis. And I see some young YouTubers with channels like mine, sort of less than 10,000 subscribers, etc. So relatively new, baby, small channels, seem to be stressed and worried about content and about growing the channel, and it looks like they're just mentally torturing themselves. And for me, it's really, really difficult, and it's really, really slow to grow a YouTube channel. So if you enjoy it, you're doing it for other reasons, chill out about the stats. And so at the end, I suppose I come on just to say, what has YouTube done for me? The 3 big takeaways for me of YouTube. And none are about growth of the channel, really. The first one is the odd time when you get a really good positive comment, it does mean quite a lot. And certainly when I've had comments and messages from viewers that have turned around and said, from what you've said, Rich, I've actually bought that car, or I'm changing my car to that because of what you've said. You have absolutely influenced what I'm going to do. That there, imparting my experience, knowledge, views to somebody that's listened, believed that I'm telling the truth and being open and honest, and made a decision based on you, that is for me the golden nugget. That makes you feel fantastic, and that far outweighs the multiple negative comments that you may suffer. The second one, with regard to doing a car channel, is the cars that I have driven have been amazing, and it really is a big thank you to all the owners of all the cars that I have driven over the predominantly the last 3 years, really, that helped me grow the channel, but they've helped me grow my experiences. I've had some amazing cars, and it's just made me feel more alive with regard to the cars that I drive and the cars that I own and the cars that I want to own in the future, because of the experiences that I've had driving all these wonderful, wonderful cars. And it's not about monetary value, but it's about whether it's a £1,000 car or a £50,000 car. The fact is, it's a special car for that owner, and I treat it with that specialness as well. So brilliant cars, all of them. And then I suppose the third one is the monetisation. So the ability with the channel having grown to get a little bit of money back. And it is relatively minor, but it does cover some of your expenditures of the gear and the time that you've got to put into doing a YouTube channel. But it all takes time. So there we go. That's a different video, hopefully helping some young YouTube channels grow. They're my 5 top tips, plus a few of my positives that I've taken away from about 4 years of doing the Fast and Fun channel. Back to normal videos next week. Hope you enjoyed this one. As always, please thumbs up, subscribe, stay tuned. Thanks for watching.